Welcome back to Blue Zone Homestead. Today we are going to make homemade goat's yogurt from scratch, and we are going to make overnight oats with it tomorrow. So I have got 2 liters of raw goat's milk, what actually I've just harvested this morning. So yeah, I've milked the goats only literally a couple of hours ago, strained it, and this is a 2 liter of goat's milk. So making goat's milk in an instant pot, it's so easy. So this is the inside of the instant pot, and this is the yogurt what I've made a couple of days ago. So I'm literally going to put about a cup of that yogurt from a few days ago to our milk and give it a good stir, and that's it. I am going to turn on the instant pot and I'm just going to press the yogurt button, and that will be ready in 8 hours. After that, I'm just going to put a shower cup over, leave it in the fridge for overnight, and tomorrow we are going to make the overnight oats with this yogurt, and we're going to flavor it. Eight hours later, our yogurt is done. Remove the inside pot from the instant pot, and we're going to put this to the fridge. But as you can see, the yogurt set beautifully. Put it on the shower cup, and I'm going to put this to the fridge for the overnight. Good morning, it is the next day. So our yogurt has been chilling in the fridge overnight, and now I'm ready to make a strawberry overnight oat. So what I'm gonna use rolled oats, fresh strawberries from the garden, the yogurt, and some condensed milk. So my first step, I'm going to mix some yogurt in this jar. Oh, look at the consistency of this yogurt. It's just amazing. Set beautifully and tastes delicious. I've tried it last night before I've put it in the fridge. So I try to fill these 6 little jars in front of us. I might do a liter. And if it's any leftover, we can just find some more jars. And for a liter, I'm gonna use probably half of this nearly 400 grams cans of condensed milk. Well, let's say maybe would be 1, 2, maybe about 3 tablespoons. That's enough. And give it a good mix. And while this is mixing, I'm just going to fill. I've just washed my hair this morning, so it's still drying. I just switched to a whisk, so we whisk this nicely together, the condensed milk and the yogurt. I think that's okay. Next, I'll put this aside for now. We're going to add the oats to the jars. I'll probably add about a tablespoon to each jar. I use this little funnel so I will make too much of a mess. If it's a little bit less or more than a tablespoon, that doesn't really matter. It's our own personal taste, really. More you put, the thicker it gets. On the top of that, we are adding, again, we're aiming to about a tablespoon of fresh strawberry. And on the top of that, we're going to pour over, I have to try this. So good. Oops. The yogurt. Here you go. I've got a few blueberries in there as well. So let's pour this in right up to the top, because when we're gonna mix this together, that will settle down and give us an little extra room. And that's how easy to make our homemade yogurt. And honestly, this makes a wonderful breakfast, lunch, snack, whenever you want this. It's honestly delicious. You don't have to put the condensed milk. You can just go without. It just gives a little extra sweetener, because I'm not giving a jam this time. It's because it's a fresh strawberry. So I thought it's a nice extra touch, a little bit of extra sweetness. Right, and the liter, it's filled beautifully, our jugs. So what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna give them a good mix. So make sure that oat it's mixed together with the yogurt. And I'm just put the lid on. We're going to put this back to the fridge for overnight, because it's in the morning, so this is actually going to be ready in about 8 to 12 hours. I mean, you can eat it now, but I just like to leave it. I like when the oats, you know, soaks those yummy yogurts in and it's just nice and soft. But basically, we're good. So I'm just going to put the lids on, put it to the fridge, and this is our beautiful strawberry overnight oats. It's ready. And it's time to plant out the pumpkins. Where we had our broad beans, we are planting out. I was gonna show you the label, but this is the variety. I can't pronounce it. I've not grown this before, so it looks really cool. I'm gonna put a picture for you and show you what it's gonna look like. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumpkin plants. Few more still come in. We'll see how it goes. But we're just gonna put them along here where the broad beans were. And also I'm gonna plant out two varieties of beans what we've sown 2 weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago. So my plan is to put these varieties of beans, what look more like a pinto beans. I thought they were green beans, French dwarf beans, but I think I'm gonna leave these to dry and we're gonna harvest what's inside. I think it's like a small white beans, and we can perhaps make, you know, baked beans, canned baked beans with these actually. So we've sowed these seeds in these little pots in June, and now we're gonna plant it out. So after we do the French beans, dwarf beans, I'm going to plant the climbing beans as well. I've sown this in June and we're gonna plant it out now. In a couple of weeks it grew so huge. So because over here in this trellis, the ones what I've sown from seed didn't come up, so I think this is gonna be perfect to put on there, so they can just nicely climb up on this section. Right. Let's plant the beans. I am starting with the climbing beans. I really enjoy growing climbing beans, and over the years I've discovered that you can get all different colors, yellow, green and purple beans, and they are quite long and thin and round beans, and they are super crunchy and delicious. I really enjoy eating fresh, cooking, especially as a soup from my childhood. It's one of our favorite. And we also can it as a dilly bean. So it's so good as a condiment with lots of food, but especially we use it to make soup with. So I've got 3 bunch and it's nearly done. Okay, I'm gonna leave them in bunch as they were in a pot and see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Let's do the dwarf bean variety next. So this one is, I've picked a few pods of the dried plant from my mom's garden last August, I think it was, or July. And I know she does a few rows of dwarf green beans, what is yellow in color, and that's what she likes using to make the soup and do the dilly bean with. And she also used a few rows of, she calls it white beans, so she leaves it when the beans goes dry, and then she pods, and then she harvests the bean inside. It's like a small white beans, you know what you see in like baked beans. So in a couple of weeks, these beans will fill that sort of the raised bed. Let's plant the pumpkins. So I really wanted to pick the green bean variety, but by mistake I picked the variety what she grows for drying out. But never mind, I am going to attempt to make baked beans with it this year. And I've got this couple of pumpkins. I've not grown these before, so let's see how this is gonna go. But yeah, we're nearly done now. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today, and see you very soon. Bye friends!